Hi and welcome to rgpasini.com. My name is Rich Pasini. Today is October 14th, 2018. Thank you for tuning in and happy Sunday to everybody. Today, the video I want to make, I just want to touch bases on a couple things. I want to talk about some two free download software packages that you could use for your eBay business. And you're probably saying, why do I say it that way? It's because I just want to go over a couple things with Down Detector, and I get some emails that I responded to the eBay community about the eBay sales being down 50%, and I just want to go over some comments with you guys out there. I just want to share it with you because that's what my YouTube channel is all about too, outside of doing the reseller news, which that will come up later on, the reseller news weekends. I like to help, I do like to help people out. I do like to inspire and share, although some people may agree to disagree. But I like to put it out there, folks. I like to tell it like it is. I don't sugarcoat anything. I think it's important that we're upfront and honest with each other. Transparency is a very important thing these days, and we need to bring it out. Let's face the facts. We need to bring these things out. You're going to enlighten people and bring it into focus. But I want to show you. I don't know if you guys, I'm sure you do. I've been getting these notifications every now and then from eBay. I'm going to show you my listings, what I have left, and I'm going to show you my eBay Rockstar report. I hope you're going to be ready for it now. You're going to be shocked. No, seriously. But I'm going to show it to you though. And I want to go to a couple of websites and show you some, people voicing their concerns and issues about what's going on with eBay. What I like about going to the eBay community and hearing from other people, getting feedback from other people, and not from me, but when they write on the eBay community chat board, they bring out things that I'm not even aware of. And to be honest with you folks, I don't downplay what they're saying. I don't know if there's validity to what they're bringing out. I don't know how they find these things out. I don't know. I only know by hearsay or what I hear from other people, from what I read. Although my father used to have a saying, God rest his soul, believe only what you see and half of what you hear. But for the most part, I don't know what to make of half of these things. What I hear. So I bring it out to you guys. I throw it out there. The reason why I go to websites to show you where I get the information, because I don't want you to think I'm making this stuff up. People may think, this guy just wants to boost up his ratings, or he wants to build a big subscriber base. No, that's not the case. I mean, if I'm going to do that, if that's the case, then where I'm just going to come out and just say anything just so people can watch my videos, that's not what I'm all about, folks. Really, I can't see doing that. That makes no sense whatsoever. Well, people do what they want. It's your YouTube channel, right? Well, as long as you do things within YouTube's guidelines and rules and regulations, then you're okay. You can do what you like with it, as long as it's decent, good, viable information, good, clean content, so to speak. And that's what my channel is all about. But anyway, let me bump out of here, and I'm going to go to this window here. My glasses on. This is my listings, folks. I know you're probably saying, okay, what's this all about? It's not a segue to buy from me, although you can. I just want to share this information with you guys. I have only 32 listings. I've been letting them drop off. People say, well, if you're letting them drop off so much, how are you going to make money on eBay? Why pay for something if I can't get anything, get something out of it? I have the starter store that I used, I talked about in my other videos, and it's okay to have it. Does it increase sales? No. As you can see though, folks, I just want to show you this here. Like I said, I used to have, not that it was a lot, I used to have 376 listings on eBay, and I had to remove them because eBay was killing me with the insertion fees, and I think they're going up. I'm not sure. I thought I heard something like that, but don't hold me to that. Okay, I can't confirm that just yet, but I thought I heard that fees may be going up. I don't know. Here you can see I do have watches on here. You can see the views, the view count, and stuff like that. But a lot of these times that you see these people, there's only 32 listings. Okay, like I said, I used to have 376, but I had to let them run off because I couldn't afford it. And I'm going to bring that. I'm going to even prove it to you with other people in some of the other chat boards, what they're talking about. Okay, you can see here that people will most likely watch, but I don't see any takers. Like, for example, this one here for the lot of women's assorted handbags, right? Total of 5. Buy it now with the best offer. And I'm offering free shipping with this, if I'm not mistaken. I got an inquiry about it. And I thought the person was so hepped up on definitely going to buy, and that's all it was, just one little inquiry. Now you see I got 3 watches here, but sometimes that could be a competition from what I understand. People say, like, I was reading one of those posts one time on the eBay community chat board, and someone said, that's not your, those ain't buyers, that's your competition watch. And I believe that. And the reason why I say that is because I myself, and I'm not going to lie to you guys, I don't sugarcoat anything, I myself do the same thing. I think we all do at some point. It's like this here, woman Hollister jeans, okay? If I'm selling it for $19.99 and I go to another person's website, another listing on eBay, and I see it and they're selling theirs for the same price, I will watch this. I'm not going to lie to you. I will watch this to see if they sold it for that price, or did they reduce their price to make the sale. And if they did, then I'm going to do the same thing to try to make a sale as well, okay? But, it's all, sometimes it's all a hit and miss, I mean, the view problem is done. It's over with as far as that part. I don't see it anymore. I don't see anybody complaining about views. But as you can see here, folks, I only got 32 listings. And as I said earlier, I went from 376 down to 32. I'm letting them drop off for the simple reason is I can't keep affording to re-enlist over and over again. And when you see my Rockstar report, you'll get a real kick out of that. I mean, I'll be honest with you, folks. I'm not trying to make fun of eBay and stuff like that. And I'm not here to bash eBay, but I try to bring things to enlighten into in focus to what's going on with on the selling platform, and it's not just me complaining or if you want to say voicing my opinion, it's other people as well. Okay, so I just want to share that to you. I want to show you my eBay Rockstar report. You ready for it now? Can you handle it? You sure? Okay, here we go. Bingo! I took a snippet with this here. They call it a snipping tool here. And it's what I like about it. You could snip a picture, the page or whatever it is that you want to, keep or save for your records. I'm saving this one for my records. I think it's kind of funny. Look at over here where my little blue circle is. This came out October 12th, all right, 10:22 a.m. from eBay. Look what it says. Look at this. Your eBay Rockstar report. Look at that. Your eBay Rockstar report. To me. Shop RJ Pasini for great deals. Hello, Richard. Check out your stats from last week. Items won. Well, I don't bet in anything. 0. Items watched. 13. Items bought. 0. Okay. Now, I don't know if they mean if this is a report from me or a report from people buying from me. Okay. But as you can see, this is something, I don't know if I don't remember them doing this in the past. This must be something new they're embedding in their system. If you guys get this here, I don't know if it's just me or if it's certain people, just like certain people are that, what do you call it there, opted in for the managed payment system. I was listening to some seller yesterday talking about that, and the person said they're not going to get into it because they heard it's like there's too many problems with it. I don't know. Again, I don't know how true this stuff, half of this stuff is. I only share what I hear, and that's what I was told. I mean, not what I was told, but that's what the person was saying on their YouTube channel. But it is what it is. But anyway, I just thought you'd get a kick out of this here. It is what it is. That's my eBay Rockstar report. Okay, so let me know if you guys get these here. Maybe certain people get them, maybe certain people don't. I don't know. I don't know because I'm a top-rated seller. If that makes a difference, I don't know. Who knows? Who knows, right? Anyway, let's get back over here. I want to just share this here with you guys. Now, let me see this one. I don't want. Okay. We're going to go to Down Detector. Let me close this one out because I don't want to get confused and keep going back to the same windows over and over again. This is the one I applied for. I responded to the eBay sales down 50%. And I was reading some of these here, folks. And, again, some of the things that people bring out, I am not aware of, okay? But I like to share it with you guys. Like, let's see if we can go here, like when it actually picked up. I'm not going to read all of these here, but some I found kind of interesting. And again, I'm trying to get with the newest ones, not the ones from September. Let me see what they got here, because there's quite a bit here. I can't read all of these here, but let me see. Because some of these date back, all right, they go to 11th and stuff. For the month of October, you could see people have been responding to this here left and right. But, let me just see here. there's so many to read here, but I guess I can go. Let's go with the most recent ones for October 13th. This person writes over here: the best intentions pave the road to hell. Just look at all the people that said if Trump gets in office, America is doomed, and they would leave the country. Well, yeah, so we're still waiting for them to leave. Okay, that's one person. Here's another one. I'm confused. Why would any CEO try to ruin their company for what purpose? All right, these are from October 13th. Now, this is from yesterday. Okay, like I said, I responded to this a while back, and they keep giving you updates every time. If you subscribe to this here, you will get notifications every time somebody subscribes or comments on that particular topic, which is eBay sales down 50%. Here's another one. This came out to October 13th. My sales tanked in the beginning of May and keep getting worse each month. I even gave and offered free returns to get the TR, I guess top rate seller plus on there, back, and that didn't make any difference. I used to get between 1 and 2K a month in sales. Now I'm down to 300 a month. I even downgraded to a starter store because I couldn't justify paying the cost of the basic store. I think I may be throwing in the towel soon. I'm only giving this a few more weeks. Hope things turn around soon. You know, I did videos in the past, folks, about people that they may be jumping out of this here, getting off of eBay. And you know what? It's a shame because this once was a good platform to sell on. But it seems like a lot of people, more and more, every time I keep looking at this stuff and hearing from other sellers, it's an ongoing issue. And you know something? I don't know if eBay's going to pick up on this here and say, hey, you know, we're losing sellers. We're losing sales. Because the more sellers drop off and they go, let's say they go to a different platform, whatever it may be, Amazon, Etsy, Hotmart, whatever, this company here is going to be losing. They're going to be losing sales. And they're going to be and their revenue is going to go down too. Now here's another one. Let's look at this one here. Why would anyone wonder why sales are down on eBay? eBay CEO killed 50 million. Now, again, I don't know where they're getting this information, so please don't hold me accountable and say you're making stuff up. I'm not writing this stuff. Okay, so please keep that in mind. eBay CEO killed 50 million pages of listings from reviewers. Okay, eBay CEO killed the whole review feature that had been in Google search for over 10 years. eBay CEO killed eBay items from going into Google search. eBay CEO this year killed so many more things I could fill a report. Why would you wonder why sales are down? Okay, and these are all recent ones. These came out October 13th, and the same goes for everything else, everything that you search for on eBay. Okay. Now, you know, it just goes on and on. I'm not going to read all of them. I think I'm just going to read this last one. Most of the USA buyers do not purchase from China. Most USA buyers do not want to purchase from China. And when you use the best match, their listings are all that you can see from for pages and pages, especially in clothing. I stopped shopping for clothing on eBay because of this. Okay. If you want to check out this here, you could go to the eBay community and type in, just look for one that says eBay sales down 50%. It says over here, is that right if we don't pay? Now here's another one, I didn't know this here. Is that right if we don't pay 1 to 20% to boost our listings, there will be no sale? Hey guys, maybe that's why your sales drop badly. Now I don't know what they mean by this here. I don't know. I don't know if they're getting this information from could be from eBay sellers. Are they calling up eBay and they're talking to the eBay teammates and they're getting information like this? I don't know where this comes from. Okay, all I do know is if this is the case, it's pretty not good. I'll be honest with you. Let's see what else here. I think I'm just going to leave it at that. There, I'm not going to I don't want to expand too much in that part. Not in this particular one anyway. Let me go over here. Let's see what this one is. The email thing. We don't need that. Let's go to Down Detector. All right, so now you're seeing this was go off my Yahoo Mail. I got this here. Okay, so let's go over here to eBay Down Detector. This came in 16 hours ago. Now, for those who don't know, if you're new to my YouTube channel, downdetector.com gives you a whole array of a whole bunch of companies that you could check out for yourself. Now, let me just go back there and show you what it looks like from the beginning here. When you go to, I'll give you the URL. It's https://downdetector.com. You're going to come up to this window here. Okay. Now, when you come up to here, you're going to have a whole array of different companies of all sorts, telecommunication companies, AT&T, cellular, Facebook, and so on. And what Down Detector does is it gives you an overview on what the company, what they're experiencing, outages, website issues, logon issues, and so on. It gives you that, and what happens is people will go to these websites and they will voice their opinion. They put on, you got to register with them in order to, make a comment. Okay, but if you look here, you can see all the ones, all your favorite ones. Some I don't even know of, but you could check it out for yourself. I mean, they got everything here. They got everything. You could look up anything and everything on here. They got so many, and you could look on the sidebar here, the slide bar. It goes way down. I'm not going to do that because we'll be here, for quite some time. But they even got banks, Amazon, Virgin Mobile, I guess. There, what is this here? MTA, Light Tower, Yahoo Mail. These are the ones that I guess their algorithm, search engine or whatever, search information out there, and their algorithm picks it up on different companies they look up, and I guess that's when they start posting up any indifferences or discrepancies that's within that website. Let's go to eBay. So when you go to downdetector.com, you're going to look for eBay. You click it on, and when you click it on, it's going to bring you to this site. Now, like I tell other people on my other channels, don't let the old dates fool you here, okay? Because people do respond. This is old stuff. This is resolved issues, okay? This is going to change and then eventually drop off. This June 29th might drop off by the end of the year. Who knows? These are all going to probably change as time goes on. They also have a live outage map. When you click on the live outage map, it will tell you, it highlights it like in a yellowish brown or whatever, and it'll tell you the certain areas that are experiencing outages. Now, you can't see from a distance here. You can see it goes also international, but when you zoom in with your mouse, you'll see over here, it'll show you. You just got to move it around a little. You can move it, and the closer you get, it'll show you that particular state or whatever. Let's see here. We can get here now. Let's see. I don't know. I'm surprised that didn't happen here. Okay. Usually, what happens is when we go in here, it'll show you what the state is. I mean, what part of it is like. Now, here I'll give you an example. This is Long Island. I can tell you that right to boot. This is where I am. I live on the island, Long Island here. But usually when you go down to it, it'll usually tell you the state. For some reason, I think they might have changed their thing around. Now it's a little different here. Okay, I don't know what happened with that, but anyway, this would show you the outages. That's what I think it would be, eBay outage chart. Maybe it is not, but that's what these things I was told when you see it highlighting that they're experiencing some kind of issues are going on. I don't know. It could be a server issue. I was listening to an eBay seller yesterday on YouTube, and the person said that they weren't getting no sales, and when they called up eBay and they got someone on the line over there, they noticed after they checked it out, whatever, the server that person was on, that seller, supposedly sales started picking up. So who knows? I don't know. This is what I was told, but this is what they have here. But you can see it's the map of the United States. This area here is where I am, like the New York, here's the East Coast. We know what that is. That's Florida. But supposedly, this is what the story is with that there. But anyway, when you go back to, getting back to, let me go back to the other one here. When you go back to the first one originally, you're going to see over here, folks, it's going to have website issues. These numbers are going to change. Whoops, here we go. These numbers are going to change here. I've seen as much as 81, 91, whatever. The website right now, according to most reported problems, website issues for eBay, as you can see, it's up here, is 76%. Login issues are 19%, and checkout is 4%. Okay. Again, now what you want to do is when you go here, like I said, you could probably look at these here if you like. You could check the past issues, and if you have a problem with eBay, you could report it. But again, you got to sign in. You got to log in here. They want you to log in here. But here, let's just look at this one here. This came out 16 hours ago. I think eBay has sold America people down the river. Back in the day, it held so much promise on how many people sell on eBay now full time. I really believe, this is not us saying, not me, it is the Chinese sellers who have created so much competition on the U.S. platform. We pay so many fees just to be seen. Don't do this, eBay. People are in the USA, prefer USA addresses. Give the Chinese their own site. Everyone will benefit. Okay. I know that there are some people on eBay that care about this overall reality. Okay. Look, I don't know what to say in here. Here's another one. This is another person right here. It says we're heading into fall sales. Should be improving, not stalling out. Totally dead again from midnight till early afternoon every single day. I'm paying for my items to be made visible 50% of the time. Okay. Last October was horrible. That's when I was here when I was at 90% reliant on eBay, that was making massive errors in their updates. By November, sales have improved, but a real kick was when the other site was on. This October is better than last year on eBay and a bit better than September, but it wasn't saying much. Chet, you are using Amazon, right? If so, what are you seeing over there? Amazon's having a problem too. Okay, like I said, a lot of people say, "Well, I'll just go to Amazon." Here, slow on Amazon is a small fraction of what I do on eBay. I keep at it, hoping it will uptick eventually. I have to see what last October was, but I think you're correct. It was November when the things have got rolling. You know, here's another person. Last one here. Well, two more. That's it. Really bad week for me. How did everyone else do? Here's another one. Horrible. It's like eBay became Bonanza. Well, Bonanza, if you don't know what that is, that's another site, a selling platform you could sell on. It says over here, it became like Bonanza 10-1. I'm actually making more money on the other site, so I'm happy I moved my merchandise here. It just goes on, and you can read this here, folks. The reason why I like Down Detector is it gives you a little insight, a little overview as to what's going on within the eBay community. But if you're not familiar with it, I highly recommend it. Go to downdetector.com, check it out for yourself. Now, on a different note, for those who are still hanging in there and want to be, in the eBay selling platform, whatever, there's two sites here. For those who are new, you might have not. For those who remember, I did a video once before this, but these are for the newcomers. They have a thing called Apache Open Office, and then you got another one called LibreOffice. These are free software downloads, and what I like about them is that if you're a person like myself that I can't really afford to go out and buy. I mean, you probably could off of eBay, but I don't like. I'm very frugal, and if I get things for free, and as long as they're working and they're compatible and they are useful, I like to use free stuff. Okay, I am frugal by nature. I've always have been, and I'm a very conservative spender. I don't spend unless I need to. What I like about Apache is I already downloaded both of these here. I don't know which one I like. I like them both, I'll be honest with you. And I think they're both basically, they work off the same, algorithms and, same software type of thing. They're open source programs. And but I like them. And I think what you get for free, I think it's pretty good. I honestly say that there. I really do. But again, if you want to check into it, I'll show you. I had the windows open over here. But and the other one over here, all right. Now this here, when you go to Open Office, you're going to see they have a word processor, spreadsheet, presentation. Now their spreadsheet, Open Office would be Word, right? Microsoft Word. Their spreadsheet would be Excel. This is compatible to Excel, and this one would be compatible to the eBay's presentation software. I can't think of it offhand there. Oh man, I can't think of that name. I think you know what I'm talking about. They also have a drawing one, a database, a formula, and they got templates. And when you click them on, they're nice, colorful. I like the text document here. You could change it around. It's basically the same thing like Microsoft Word, okay? And you could do a lot with this stuff here. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, they got a lot of things here to use. I like the little side window over here. You could change colors, and they got all little menu things here. They got all these different things you could use here. The arrows, backgrounds, new themes, you could change it around. It's really a nice software, and it's for free. It's for free, and you could do your own creativity. It's pretty much cut and paste. You could move things around, and if you want to add certain things here, it's really nice. If you want to create your own nice presentation software, or whatever, or do like I don't know, maybe a sales sheet, whatever. Whatever. Maybe you're doing a newsletter. It's really nice. I really like it a lot, folks. And you got all different ones. You got all these different things. So you could do finance too if you want to do a chart, whatever. It's all cut and paste. And I mean, look at this here. I mean, how much easier could it get it, right? Now, I'm not saying the other ones are like that, but I like this one here a little better because for me, I like the variety. I like the way they got the menu set up here. You could change things around, move it around. I just think it's overall it's nice the way it's laid out. And they got all different things here too. You could do your own themes if you want. When you have to create it, they got school and universities. If If you want to do something like if you're going to do a newsletter, then they also got sound numbers, sound symbols and text and transport. But it really is a nice software, and it's easy to use too. I like it. I like it a lot. And then if you want to do your this one, we're not going to say, we're just going to discard this here. We're going to cancel it out. Actually discard it because I want to go to here. Then they got their spreadsheet. I use this here for my spreadsheet for eBay. Okay. You could do the same thing. You could, you got all the information here. You got all your little sidebar, and the same thing. It's like their Excel. It's open source, but it's like I said, it's their Excel here. Then you got the presentation. Okay. And if you want to do a presentation software, you could do it over here, empty template or empty presentation. You could start, and you could start creating new stuff here. You could have it. And you know what? What's nice about this here? Not only is it free, if you want to do a slideshow for your YouTube channel, you could create your own. And then just, if you got a video editor or a screen recorder, you can record your screen and do your presentations like that. So, which is nice, So like I said, it does have a lot of nice features to it. You got a drawing one here. If you're a person that's into drawing, whatever. Let's go back to this one here. Then they have a database. If you're a person who wants to create a database, you'll go over here. You got to go through the format, of course. You could do that. And they got the formula one. Now, if you're a person that deals with mathematics, they have this thing here for math. Okay, I'm not me and math. I like oil and vinegar. I'm not really too crazy about math, but they have it. And they have additional templates here that you can go on here and check it out. Now, the difference between, you say, well, okay, what's the between this one and the other one? They're both nice. I like them both. I like this here too because I like the way I like the look of it. This might have a little different look to certain things. There might be your preference, but it's got a little different look. But it is LibreOffice, right? And they got basically the same things. They got the write a document here, which is like their Word, like their Microsoft Excel. That's like theirs, the writer. And if you go over here, they got the Impress presentation. Okay, so you click that on. Of course, you're gonna have to set it up like everything, like all the other ones. And it's nice. It's just the overall feel of it. It's really nice, and I think it's easy to use to some point. And if you are having a problem using it, they do. Libre does, and I believe the other guy does too. OpenOffice has it too. Where right, here's something to start a database. If you go to those websites, let's go over here. I think this is it. Yeah, they have here. I want to learn more about OpenOffice, and you click it on there, and you could it'll give you a little overview on it, how to use it. This is, I believe, the newest one they have right now. It's released. If you want, and it's got a lot of nice things to it. You got the support. If you need support for it, you click the support button here. You've got community support, product documentation, so on and so forth. They also have a blog site. If you want to talk about, if you want to, check out their blogs and read what people have to say. You might get a lot of naysayers that are on YouTube that say, "Oh, I use OpenOffice. I don't like it. This, that, and that." But then again, you're going to get people that do love it. I love it. Me personally, I like it. That's my take on it. Okay. But and the same thing with this one here, LibreOffice. Let's say you're not crazy about the OpenOffice one, but you like the LibreOffice, then you might want to download this one here. Okay, LibreOffice 6, this is the newest one, stands out from the Office Suite crowd. And believe me, folks, it is nice. I mean, you've seen what it looks like here. I believe mine is the latest one. Let's see if I got 6 here about LibreOffice. You can just check and see. Yeah, see, mine's the recent one. This is what it'll look like if you're going to check into it. Okay, this is what the outlook will look like here. Okay, so if you are into it and they have fun projects, fantastic people could join it today, whatever. And then they got the free Office Suite. Discover it. And these are the people that are behind it. Like I said, you could download it. You could download different ones. Download the Office one. Got development versions as a flat pack, whatever, Snap or whatever. I'm not too familiar with that. If you need help, they got the feedback community, documentation, enable forums, installation instructions, so on and so forth. And you can improve it. You could join. They get the events if you want to get to events and so on and so forth. It's just a nice overall software package, and you could use it for free. And like I said, you can download it. It's really nice. I like it. I'm going to close out this video. I'm just going to bump out of here really quick here. And let me get to this window here. Yes, that's basically what I wanted to talk to you guys about. For those who do follow me on eBay, I just want you guys to know that I do, or eBay, or do follow me on this channel. I do the reseller news, as you know. And I just want to say this here before I do forget. I want to give a shout out to all the new subscribers that recently subscribed to my channel. It is greatly appreciated, and I hope you keep coming back for more and you get something out of it. You get a takeaway. When I do the reseller news and I do my own channel here, this is like a little offset to it. I want people to know one thing. As much as it sounds like I'm bashing eBay or talking bad about it, making derogatory statements, I don't mean for it to come off like that, folks. I'm just trying to enlighten people. I want people to know, the facts of what's going on out there, how other people are experiencing it. And the reason why I do that there, folks, and I even talk about in the reseller news, is when I hear people saying they're going to quit their jobs and they're going to do eBay full time. You know what I always say, folks? If you're going to get involved with this business, proceed with caution. And really, don't, a lot of people are anxious. They want to do their own thing, and there is a time and place when we all would like to be in our own business. I know I do. Okay. I had a job, like I said, just to give you a little quick bio about myself. I had a job back in 2016, in June of 2016, I should say. And the company had a layoff. 1,000 people's jobs went overseas. And it really stunk because I had a pension, 401k, paid benefits, had dental, medical, all that stuff there. You had all the whole kit and caboodle, all the bells and whistles. And when I lost it, you're collecting unemployment. You are trying to establish, trying to get into another line of work, different, well, hopefully different, or the same thing basically, if there's those jobs available. And then in some cases, if you've been so complacent in your job and you don't have other experiences, it makes that much more hard to get a job, which was my problem too. I lacked certain things in other companies, and that's why I ended up exhausting my unemployment insurance, and then it went to living off of reserves. But the only thing that kept me going, and I tell this to a lot of people who are thinking of doing eBay or any online or e-commerce business, pay down your debt as much as you can. Don't go into this business if you can. Now people might say, well, I can't follow your directions, but if you could, go into this business without a car payment, little or no credit card debt, and try to do it on a very economical, small basis. I wouldn't go out sourcing right away. I wouldn't go out spending and investing tons of money on it. People say, yeah, but if you don't source and put stuff on eBay, how are you going to sell? What I would do is, this is how I got into it back in the day. I would sell stuff around from the house, things I didn't want. If I was going to have, instead of having a yard sale, say, hey, what the heck, maybe I can get more money for it on eBay, whatever. Basically, eBay is like an online, as far as I'm concerned, it's like an online yard sale, a garage sale. That's the way I look at it. Instead of going to someone's house, you're going to eBay and you're buying these things, in some cases, basically at yard sale prices in some cases, right? In some cases, not all. You might want to start off like that. Get a feel of it, see. Okay? A lot of people will end up taking the plunge, so to speak. They may have put money aside. They may have got their bills where they're living comfortable, and they figure, hey, I could do this here. I could, if I have slow seasons, I have enough money to back me up. Yeah, that's all fine, but until the money runs out, and then what do? Well, okay, so people say, well, then I got to go get a job. That easy? Come on. Listen, even though they talk about the economy and the jobs and stuff like that, it's not as easy as it sounds. First off, if you're a person that lacks certain experience or talents that company's looking for, it's going to make it that much more harder for you. And I'm only based on experience because I know what I'm going through. I've been in the office environment for, well, a lot longer than I expected, but my background is IT. I've been out of the IT field so long that if I was to go apply for an IT job, most likely I wouldn't probably get that position right now because I lack certain certifications, okay? Yes, I do have my A+ certification, which everybody and their aunts and uncles has, which is PC repairs. But I also do have a background in mainframe and stuff like that, but because I worked in IT back in the day. But the thing I'm trying to say is, folks, if you're going to go into this here, proceed with caution. That's all I'm telling you. That's my word of advice to you guys out there. Don't quit your day job. Do eBay as a side hobby or a part-time venture. But don't quit your day job, because I'm telling you, folks, this is why I'm showing you these, these eBay community, from other comments from other sellers. And I'm showing you Down Detector. This is real. Okay, this is real stuff that's going on here, folks. Now, what is going on with the eBay platform? I don't know. Could it be the changes causing all this here? Could it be the new managed payment system? Could be all the new rollouts they're doing. It's causing glitches. I didn't know about the other thing when it was saying 50 million pages were lost or whatever it was in that last one there. I don't know about that stuff. I only hear about this stuff and I share it with others. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to do right now, share this information. It has nothing to do with hating eBay or barraging them and saying bad things about it. But at the same time, folks, you have to be realistic. And you got to take it for face value for it. These are what other sellers say, not just me. And that's why when I do my videos, okay, I always put the information out there, because if, again, I said this in my other videos as well, if I was to just come out and start throwing this stuff off the top of my head, you're going to say this guy's a nut job. You don't know what he's talking about. He's just blurring things out and he's saying things that don't make sense. That's why I show you these things. I'm not making this stuff up. And I don't sugarcoat anything. I tell it like it is. Now, when I showed you my eBay Rockstar report, you know, is that something new eBay's doing? Is that supposed to put a spark under me and get me going? What is it all about? Why even send something like that to somebody if that is based on sales performance? What good is that going to do? I already know that. So, and why would it be a Rockstar report? That's no Rockstar report. That's a depressing report, you know. But look, like I said again, am I still on eBay? Yeah. For how long? I don't know. I really don't know, folks. Because again, in order to be vested into something, it's like that old saying, ROI, return on your investment. If you're investing time and energy, you're going out sourcing and you're listing on a daily basis or sourcing on a daily basis, why put money into something if you're not going to get anything out of it? Okay, the reason why, and I hear this all the time, oh, to be hiring a search engine, you got to list every day, list. I see it on eBay Radio. I hear from other sellers that are, quote unquote, doing very well. Oh, in order to get hired in a search engine, the way it makes sense, you got to keep listing. Okay, so here's the thing. Here's my take. You have, let's say, 200, 300 listings. Okay, so now those 200, 300 listings been sitting there stagnant for God knows how long. All right, you didn't make any sales off them. So you say, you know what? Let me go out and list. Maybe that analogy is true. I'll bring up my search. Bring my listings up in search by keep listing and doing more sourcing. So suppose the new things that you picked up do sell. They just happen to be sellers. What happens to the other 200 or 300 items that you're stuck with? So now you just have a stacked up inventory. And now they're old, they're just sitting there. But the only reason why it looks like you made sales is because you just listed some new items that people may have been interested in, or maybe those are hard to find items, or you may be one of the people that just happened to sell that item for a decent price, and people, oh yeah, let me jump at this here, you know. But you know, I know it sounds like people say it sounds like I contradicted myself, but the point I'm getting across is I tried all that, folks. I did. Honestly, I did everything humanly possible that eBay recommended, that other quote-unquote seasoned sellers told you to do. Same thing. And nothing happened. And you could see it. It's there. The proof is in the pudding. Okay? You could see what other people are talking about, folks. All right? I just don't want to see people. It's not that I want to see people on eBay, and I'm not trying to sound like a pessimist. I'm more of an optimist than a pessimist. All I'm saying is, you're going to go into this business, go into it with little debt as possible, because, and I'm telling you right now, this is first-hand experience, okay? My people say, well, that's your problem, not my problem. No, and I understand that, and we all have different circumstances, that's true. But here's the thing I'm trying to get across, folks. If you're going to go into this business and you don't have a little egg nest set aside, or if you have a lot of debt, car payment, insurance, this, that, and the other thing, high credit card debt, whatever, and you go into this business, and let's say your comfort zone or money, the amount of money you need to make to survive is, let's say, with your expenses, you need to bring in, I'm throwing a number out there, $2,000 a month to pay your bills and live a little comfortable, to have a little something left over. If you're not making, and this is what I say to people all the time, okay, and it even applies to me, and that's why I'm saying it. If you cannot make, on a low scale, $100 a day, think about it, folks, at least, and that is low. That's a low ballpark figure. $100 a day, selling on eBay, you're going to be in a world of hurt at the end of the month. Believe me. You're going to be doing like I've been doing and other people are doing. You're going to be tapping into your resources. And you know what happened? it's it's like anything else, you know. It's like throwing a loaf of bread out to birds, and they keep picking on the bread, and then eventually that loaf gets really small. And you're gonna be in for a rude awakening at the end of the month. I know I am. I am very concerned. So far, we're gonna go into the third week of October. What sale did I make? I did the video the other day. I made this. I told you on the other video. I did a thing on Facebook. I used the marketplace, Facebook Marketplace. No insertion fees. It was up maybe for a couple of days. eBay is supposed to be a broad spectrum. You're supposed to get a lot of people looking and hopefully would make sales. Didn't do anything. Took that same and I was cross selling, folks. To be honest with you. Okay. Now that item, that chair that you've seen there from yesterday's video, that chair. Well, when you sign up with eBay, of course, you know it's going to be listed there. But you could also, when I sign up with Bonanza, matter of fact, I have to do that to go to Bonanza too. Make sure I take it off there. You know, when you import from, when you open up a Bonanza account to sell on that site, and you can import your listings from Bonanza. From eBay, Amazon. I think Spotify. No, Shopify. I think you can embed them into Bonanza. So basically, and then I did Facebook and Nextdoor. So I had that item listed on 4 different sites. Okay, eBay, Bonanza, Facebook, and Nextdoor. That's that one I was telling you guys about if you watched the video yesterday. It's like a neighborhood website where people in the local areas will post stuff there for free. That's free posting. I didn't get it from that. I didn't make the sale from that, but Facebook Marketplace is where I made the sale. Okay, and let me tell you, if it wasn't for Facebook, goose eggs. Okay, so folks, all I could say is, for people out there that are sellers on this channel, on this selling platform, if you're experiencing slow sales, call up eBay. Hopefully you'll get an honest teammate that will tell you what's going on, what are they experiencing over there. Is it going to get better? Tell them you got slow sales. This is the other thing I heard too. I heard about I was watching another seller. I don't bring the other sellers out that you too crazy because I don't want to get into that part. People might get upset. Me, I wouldn't get upset if somebody used my video and another video to bring something out. I wouldn't get upset over it. I mean, there's nothing to get upset if it's helpful to somebody else. Why not? This seller was saying that he had low to no sales. When he called up eBay, the teammate, he said, well, according to this person, he said the teammate slipped and said, okay, well, I'll reset your account. And the way the guy was saying it, the seller, he thinks the teammate might have slipped and changed it to something else. He goes, okay, well, I'll check into it, whatever. But he said what caught him off guard is that the teammate said something to the effect like, I'll reset your account. Okay. Now, I don't know, but he said, this is what this guy said, not me. Again, this is not me. I'm just repeating what I heard. Okay. He noticed right after he got off the phone, that's what he says, he started hearing the cha-cha-ching. How true it is, I don't know. Okay, I can't validate that. I'm not there with that person. I don't know that person personally. I don't know. This is what I heard. But something to the effect like that, where he heard the guy say, the teammate say something about, let me reset the account. And then the teammate try to trip it up and say something different. So whether that's true or not, I don't know, folks. I don't know. But I know what I am going to do. After I do this video, I am going to call up eBay. And I am going to find out if there are any problems going on. And I know there probably are conditioned. It's got to be, when I mean conditioned, they're probably told what they can say and what they can't say. You know what I'm saying? I mean, certain things, like they say, keep it close to the vest, so to speak. They're not going to say. They might be told what certain things they can say and they can't say. And I'm not trying to bait anybody into telling me what's really going on. But I want to know one thing. Why is it, if it's not just me, but it's other people out there complaining about no sales? What do you guys? I feel like telling eBay, what's going on? You're hurting yourselves. I mean, people are thinking of getting off. In some cases, I read other sites where some people said, "I'm done with eBay." Another person said, "I'm going back to a 9 to 5 job." I was watching a seller yesterday, and this person's like, I need to make sales. I got bills coming up. I can't make sales. This is no good. I need to make sales. I need to make sales. And I got bills. I got this bill, that bill. We all have bills, but when you start hearing other sellers saying the same things over and over, saying all repeating the same thing, a light bulb goes off in your head. It's like, all right, what's going on here? There's something going on with eBay. A lot of people said it, and I say the same thing. There is something going on with eBay. And I get viewers on my things. People watches. I get views, but why isn't anybody buying them? That's the thing. Is it my item? Is it the way I have it in my description? Is it because I don't offer free shipping on certain things? Folks, you got to work all these things into your selling platform. If you're going to go into eBay and you're buying stuff at a yard sale, garage sale, or in some cases I go to thrift stores, you got to pad all that into place. You got to figure how much of a profit you're going to make, what you're going to sell it for. There's a lot that goes into this type of business. I'm not saying it's rocket science, but it's a lot of research. Okay, you got to do a lot of research as far as I'm concerned. And then you got to see, and then it's hard to work with things because sometimes you may be in the midst of other people selling hundreds or thousands of those same items. Okay, and bringing foreign entities into the picture, into the equation, is not helping in any way. I always say charity begins at home. If that is the case, that we're getting foreign items coming in from China or whatever, or different countries, that's going to impact to the sales, because people are going to say, why should I buy from a U.S. seller when I can get it from China cheaper? Okay, here's an example. I'm going to take what this here, this watch. I talked about this once before. This watch here is a smartwatch, right? Okay, it's not a Apple. I couldn't afford an Apple Watch, to be honest with you, because they're about $300-$400, whatever. The new ones are anyway. This is a watch. It's a smartwatch. It does basically the same thing. Not as good as the Apple, no doubt. I got this here from Top Hatter. This item came from China. Okay, now nice watch. It's got some good weight to it. Seems pretty decent. It's got a nice face on it. I mean, one of my relatives said, "Well, it's so big. The face is so big." Well, if you're going to have a smartwatch and it's this small, then what's essentially need a magnet? I need a magnifying glass. I have to use my glasses when I do look at this in some cases. But I paid off of Top Hatter. Now, for those who are not familiar with Top Hatter, it's a site where you could bid, and you keep bidding, and the auctions. If you're going to sell on, if you're ever going to sell on Top Hatter, from what I understand, at least the way I understood it, all your auction prices have to start at least $1, and it bids up. So if you ever do decide to sell on Top Hatter, you better make sure you get your items really cheap, and if you can afford to take a loss on them. Okay, so let's say this thing was $5 and it starts off for $1. You better hope you're getting that money back and then some. But people have been buying a lot of these here. But the point I'm trying to get across is, so I bought this off of Top Hatter, right? I think I paid $17 or $18 with shipping included. I think there's something along that line. I went to eBay. eBay has on their top banner there, well, when you go to their homepage, items under $10. I typed in smartwatches. The same watch like this, same exact watch. I know it's the same exact watch because it's the same feature, right? Under $10. Free shipping was $9.99 with free shipping. So you say, okay, so you're out $8 or $9, whatever, if you look at it that way. Okay, free shipping, same watch. And I think they said it was coming from China. Look, it's eBay's platform. Okay, but here's the thing. The more we keep opening up all these different platforms and to other, it's going to make it that much more difficult, folks. Plain and simple. I mean, I don't care what anybody tells me. They can say, "Oh, there's still room for growth." Yeah, I know. Everything, it's so good. Okay, if it's so good, then how come I'm not the only one complaining about it? Other people are. Okay, and I'll be honest with you, folks. Not to be a naysayer or a doom and gloom type of guy. The way I'm looking at right now, if eBay don't trip up and get their act together, they're going to lose a lot of sellers. They're going to lose a lot of sales. They already had a couple layoffs. Okay, I did a video about that there. eBay had layoffs already. I think 2 or 3 or whatever. Okay, and you know what? At the rate they're going, they're going to probably have more layoffs. Unfortunately, I feel bad for the people because I went through 2 layoffs and 1 company bankruptcy, and let me tell you, it stinks. And I want to share a really quick story before I get off that topic. I get this magazine. It's called. I got my glasses on to read this here. It's called Independent Retailer. Okay. What I found really interesting is, let me just go through the pages really quick here. You know, it really cracks me up when I read this article, and it makes me laugh. This ain't the one, is it? Let me see here. Okay. Now, this is off of the Independent Retailer. The story, I don't know if you could see it. They had to put it up here, and I might get washed out from my background, but you see what the story is there? Okay. Toys R Us, filling the Toys R Us holiday void. All right. You see up here what it says here? See right here? Okay. See with that? Right. There you go. All right. You know, I have no problem with people capitalizing and, you know, expanding their businesses and stuff. And that's great. It really is. But there comes a point in life we say, how much is enough? Enough is enough. You know, it's like, it reminds you like, you know, you're on a Serengeti and you watch those movies that like a National Geographic or whatever, and you see a dead carcass of an animal there, killed by a lion, right, or whatever, and you see all the vultures there picking away at it. You know, they're eating the remains of it, right? That's what this reminds me of, this story. And I just find it amusing. You know, for the simple reason is, not for nothing, I'm old-fashioned. I like how businesses started from the forefathers. You know, forefathers, I mean, but people back in the day, like Richard Warren Sears started the Sears Company. Matter of fact, I heard on the news yesterday, I think it was, Sears is talking about filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Here's a store that's been around over 100 years. The man founded it, Richard Warren Sears, with Alva C. Roebuck. And when I read about that, and I heard about them going, you know, they're going to probably file probably this week or sometime next week. They're going to. This is what I heard on the news. They're thinking of filing Chapter 11 bankruptcy. What a shame! What a shame. Toys R Us. Now this is how the story goes on. So let me just read this really brief, and then that's it. It says Amazon might be cooking up something to steal the thunder from the indie toy retailers. The retail giant is secretly planning a Toys R Us-like catalog for the holiday, according to Bloomberg, cited from an unnamed source with the knowledge of the strategy. Amazon has plans to go conventional with the holiday toy catalog and drive to win over customers. Drive to win over customers after the closing of Toys R Us. The printed guide will supposedly be mailed to millions of U.S. holders, along with being handed out at the Whole Foods locations. As we know, he bought Whole Foods. The plan is not public right now, and Amazon is not answering any press questions on the matter, but it does stir up possibilities for competing retailers chasing holiday toy buyers. The Toys R Us catalog used to be 100 pages, but you don't necessarily need to use that much paper to show your goods, especially if you're on a budget. With the attention span, most people today, a smaller 20-page catalog is ideal. Another fun additive, you could say, toy with the holiday catalog and interactive virtual reality. In 2015, Toys R Us made their catalog interactive with elements that live in a content-driven lifestyle. Spread pages, according to an article in the Ad Age. Consumers who download the Toys R Us app to their smartphones could use it to hover over one of 8 special spreads to get a 3D pop-up shuffle game with Jeffrey and 2 others toys wrapped up in boxes, mixed around with the player to guess where the iconic giraffe ends up. A fun app could be a fun way to not only to get, then it has a continue on page 26. It's got quite a few pages here. What I'm trying to say is, when I say how much is enough, Amazon, you're the big 800-pound gorilla in the arena. And I'm not blaming you, but since you did come into existence, and since e-commerce is bursting at the seams as far as like with sales and stuff like that, in the e-commerce realm, companies are going out of business, plain and simple. And my take is if I heard Toys R Us may try to make a comeback. You can't, it doesn't make a difference anyway, what I'm about to say, but it's like, leave a little meat on the bone, so to speak. You know, I mean, what is this going to be? A one dominant shopping mall, whatever place to go to? I mean, what when I read stories like this, and I tell you the truth, I feel bad for all the retailers. I really do. I really do. A lot of them are hurting. E-commerce has really put a big dent in things. And then here's the other thing that we got to deal with, folks. Just to share this with you guys. We don't know when the online sales tax when that gets into full roll, which is not months away. What 2019? We're talking 3 months away from now, if that. What's that going to be like? How is that going to work in our narrative? How are we going to sit here and say, okay, all right, I'm a one-time little guy here. I'm a one-time band. Yeah, if I need help, my daughters would help, my family would help me. The thing I'm trying to say is, I'm a small little speck in the retail or the e-commerce platform here. Okay, how am I supposed to make little sales and collect sales tax in different states and different jurisdictions? You say, well, that'll be allotted, but that takes time from your day, your busy day, right? And can you afford a CPA? I can't right now. So I would have to do it on my own. Okay, and if I do something wrong, if you're filling stuff with taxes, especially with the IRS, you're going to get flagged if you don't. I'm not saying you're going to do it willfully wrong, that you intentionally, but it could happen where you could do something wrong, leave out a figure or some kind of expenditure, whatever it may be. You may get flagged. I can't afford a professional CPA to do that paperwork. I don't have the money for it, the resources. Matter of fact, if you're doing a certain type of business and you start itemizing, I know the CPA I was talking about for this little rinky-dink business I'm doing on eBay want to charge me over $300 to do it. I'm not even making that money right now. If someone said, well, if I had an accountant right now to deal with this, it was near tax time. They said, well, this is going to cost you $300. I didn't even make $300 in sales. I won't be able to afford it. You see what I'm saying? So, that's going to be a problem. And then with the other thing, the managed payment system, where I don't know if I heard correctly, I heard 2 stories where eBay will hold your money, the funds, or whatever, for a certain period of time. Or then there is another one that said, well, you'll be able to access your funds. I don't know which to believe. I don't know. It's like I said, it's like that old saying goes, the right hand knows what the left hand's doing. I get different stories from different people. Just like when I called up one time when we had the no views issue. I've been calling eBay up practically every other day. What's going on with the views? What's going on with the views? What's going on with the views? Then you hear one teammate, and I don't mention names, I don't even remember the name anyway, said, that doesn't affect your sales. The no views doesn't affect your sales. You're still able to see it in search. So with that, being curious by nature, what I did was I went off, I got off the phone, I said, let me go try looking for this item I'm selling. Went to search, I couldn't find it. Call up eBay. I called it the next day because I said I want to keep talking to them, but not let alone how long I was waiting on the phone for. I was on the phone one time with eBay waiting for almost 40 minutes. That's another story. Anyway, so I called the next day, and I'm doing my other stuff and trying to do some stuff here, right? I call up, get another teammate on the phone, and I wasn't trying to use any trick tactics or bait and switch type of thing, to bait them into saying what they're not supposed to say. So I asked the person, I said, look, let me ask you a question. I said, if there's no views, there's no views showing up on my listings, right? That's what's showing up there. And then you hear all this stuff, well, every time they update, the view counter goes off because they're updating their quote-unquote view counter. That's what they say. That's the story. That dates back, just to share that with you, that no view situation dates back, I think, to 2013, 2014, to the present, because it happened this year. Because I know I've been calling them up. And you know what the teammate said? His words. I don't remember his name, and if I did, I wouldn't say his name because I don't want to get the person in trouble. He said, yes, it could affect your sales. The no views issue can affect your sales. I said, really? He said, yeah. He goes, that could affect your sales. Could. He said, could affect. I translated is it will affect. So this is what I'm trying to say. I like eBay. I'm still on it. I'm still hanging in there. I told you guys in the past I opened a starter store for $4.95 a month if you do the yearly subscription. Did it help? I don't see any significance with it, to be honest with you. The only thing that I could say where it's a little beneficial and it's in a way that could save money to some point is if they give you 100 free listings a month, and instead of paying the non-insertion fee, which would be for me, if you don't have a store, would be I think 35 cents a listing, versus if you do have to start a store, I believe it's 30 cents a listing. But I don't see any significant booming or growth. And the only thing, folks, like I have to say, and again, I don't want to sound like a pessimist, but the competition is getting fierce. Plain and simple. You've got a lot of competition out there. And no matter what you do, you try everything under the sun. Promoted listings, I heard another person was complaining about promoted. Said, oh, I don't even want to hear about promoted listings. Promoted listings is terrible. It's not doing anything for me. I tried that there, wasted a day. One person said promoted listings is a waste of money. It's not doing anything for you. But you hear that there. And then the other thing with eBay cracks me up is when you're doing a listing, it's costing you, for me, okay, because I got to start a store, 30 cents, let's say it's 30 cents for a listing, right? Then they have on the bottom, oh, stand out. Make your item stand out. I think they all charge, I think, different prices, $1 or whatever. And then there's another one if you want bold to go, $2, $3, whatever. So in other words, I spend, let's say I was foolish enough to spend that kind of money, putting bold lettering, or if you add an additional category, they charge you for that. So let's say for that one listing, it cost me $3 or $4. Nothing sells. I just gave eBay that much money. So in other words, it turns out to be it's a money-making machine for them because they're getting paid every month, folks. Remember this. eBay is getting their money every month from you, whether you make sales or not. Now, if you close your account and say, I'm not paying eBay, let's say you close out your PayPal account, however you pay your bills, whatever. I'm not paying eBay. I'm gonna close the account. They're not gonna collect on it. They'll simply just close your account, and then depending on what you owe, if you don't pay, they'll just put it in collections, and they'll have the people, you'll have a collection agency calling saying, well, you owe eBay money this week, blah, 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 and so on and so forth. You'll probably get it with penalties and interest charges and all that other stuff by not paying them. That's the way I see it, what's happening. So either way, you're compelled to stay, well, do the right thing. I mean, you don't want to do that there, but I'm just trying to say, there are people out there that are not making enough money to pay their insertion fees. I read this on the community chat boards. I read it on other places too, other Facebook groups. People are not making enough money to pay their insertion fees. One person said, it was on a community chat board, I don't know if I have enough money to pay my bills at the end of the month. The other person was saying, I don't have enough money to buy food. This is a problem, folks. This is a problem. And, people need to, if you're in a situation like that, call up eBay and say, listen, is there anything you could do to check in? They're probably going to tell you, the teammate, they're probably going to say, it's out of my hands. There's nothing I could do about it. That's corporate. That's the big head honchos are running this business. But this is what I'm trying to bring out, folks. This is why I try to tell people, you want to sell on eBay, do it as a hobby. Do it as a part-time venture, but don't give up your job. Really, don't quit your day job. I'm serious, folks, because right now, the way it looks, unless some divine intervention happens or a miracle happens where things pick up phenomenally, I'm heading back to a 9-to-5 job, and most likely, I think if that time comes, and I'm not an avid seller on eBay, I'll still be doing a reseller news, probably, no doubt, because I still have an interest in e-commerce. I'll probably still hear stories on the eBay community chat board and Down Detector, people complaining about their sales, how they're plummeting, how they're not making. One person said they had when sales went down 100%. I think I was on an eBay community chat board. I was like, holy smokes, 100%. One thing, 50, 100%. That's really 0-0. And I could just see that happening, where I would be in a 9-to-5 job, doing eBay still as probably like a little hobby thing, and I would be still doing a reseller news, and I would still see people hearing stories about what's going on there. And I'm not trying to discourage anybody from selling on eBay. You do what you want. Do what you want. And and you want to know something, folks? I wish you all the best. Kudos to you, and I wish you all the best. God bless you. I wish everything works out for you. I'm hoping everything works out for me. But right now, I don't see things happening. But after I do this video, I am going to call up eBay and find out if they could give some kind of information out there as to the status, as to what's going on in regards to sales. Is there certain things they would know because they're in-house? Again, they're probably subjected not to say too much. They could probably they're probably talked to by their superiors or supervisors or executive manager or management probably comes out and says, look, if you get sellers calling up complaining about no sales, this is what you tell them, and that's it. Now remember one thing, they have to watch what they're saying because those phone calls are being recorded. So, that could be a termination thing. And I'm not trying to get anybody terminated, but I would just like to know if they could be upfront and honest. Transparency is very important. Now, if there are glitches in the system or eBay is experiencing certain things. Now, a lot of people may say, I heard that there with the new rollouts, the things going on with PayPal eventually going to be, I guess, sidetracked or whatever, and the new payment issues going in there. Maybe eBay's trying to do it, but reading all the other stories, from the other blog posts there, I don't know what to make of it anymore. I really don't. But all I want to know is if there is something going on with eBay in regards to whatever rollouts they're doing, is it impacting sales? Okay, if it's impacting sales, we need to, recalculate what we're doing, whatever, or eBay needs to get on the ball and circumvent this problem as quick as possible, because folks, not only am I hurting, there are a lot of other sellers out there hurting. You're only seeing a percentage of them. Not everybody's going to come on and say, oh, you're not going to get probably a flock of them coming on saying this, that, and the other thing. Most of the time when you read those blog posts, it's a percentage of people, but it's a percentage of them. And that's only probably a handful what you see there, maybe a little more, a little less. But the thing I'm trying to say is, people are experiencing these problems. Now, I don't know. Is it because we're low volume sellers? We don't make the money, so maybe they put us, we're not on a hierarchy. We're not up there, Maybe the algorithms, maybe something's going on between Google and eBay, like as far as like with the search, maybe they're doing something to, modify it or rectify the problem. I'm not blaming Google. I'm just trying to say, but maybe there's something going on between the two. Then you hear about the Pasini search engine. I don't know. What do I know about what's going on with that there? How do I know? You hear all these people telling you the same thing, and that really cracks me up. When people say you got to go out and source every day and list every day, folks, if I did that, I would be broke. Seriously, because I'm not making. If I was to source for a lot of stuff, I'm not making sales, and I'm tying money up that could be used to pay bills. Be careful, okay? I'm not saying not to go on eBay and sell. You want to sell? You got stuff to sell. Hey, who knows? You may have better things than I have. Maybe you're in a better situation. Maybe maybe you got better things. You're getting things for good prices. Who knows? I don't know. I'm not a mind reader. I'm not a fortune teller. And like I always say, folks, I don't have anything. I don't have a dream to sell you. I don't have a how-to book on how to make money on eBay to sell you. I tell it like it is. A lot of people may not like my personality because I'm too straightforward and I don't sugarcoat things, and that's fine. But you know what? Me personally, I'd rather hear it straight. I'd rather hear straight talk from a person that's a sidestepped and have people telling me, oh, I did this, I did that, I made this much money, they made that much money. I'm not going to lie to my YouTube followers and for people who are not YouTube followers on this channel that just that just come along and just say, well, let me see what this guy's all about. I'm not going to sit here and make up all these summations that, oh yeah, I'm doing great on eBay, and then after I get off, to boost up my channel, and then later on, like you see me like this, oh my God, oh what's the matter, Rich? I make no sales this week. No, I'm not gonna do that. That's not gonna happen. Okay. So if people out there are looking for somebody that's always on a higher note, that's got a positive outflow and glow, and you're looking for that, well then maybe I might not be the person for you. But folks, I don't know about you. Okay, I don't know about you personally, but me, I like to hear straight facts from people. And that's why you always hear today what's going on with transparency. People don't say things. That's why you hear about that word. I don't like to use it because it sounds like a political thing, but you hear about the fake news. That's what I like to tell it like it is, okay? Plain and simple, okay? And that's why for people who do follow me on this here, when I do the reseller news, just to get back on that really quick, when I show you the websites I go to and I tell you I don't read them verbatim, but the reason why I do that there, the reason why I tell you the dates and the websites is because, as I said earlier, I don't want you to think I'm some kind of a guy that just comes out into the open and says, oh yeah, I'm just making this stuff up, or I'm creating these videos so I can get more followers, YouTube subscribers. Don't get me wrong. I love to have millions of subscribers. I like to get the word out there. I want people to, to be informed, and I want I want to inspire people, and I do want to help people. And the way I am helping is by giving you the straight dope. I don't want to tell you certain things. Like, I'm not going to sit there and tell you stories that are not true. That's why I share that information with you guys. It's to help you guys out, and it also helps me. There are things that when I do the reseller news, there are certain things I'm not even aware of until I do the reseller news. So it's a learning curve for both of us. You're learning and I'm learning at the same time. And that's why I encourage people to, subscribe to my videos, like, comment, and share. And if you want to be updated, you need to hit that bell notification bell. So when every time I pop a new video out there, or let's say it's a news brief or whatever, you're gonna be up there. You're gonna hear it. Now, you might not like all my videos. I would say rather than unsubscribe from me, I would just say click it, just X out of it and check it out another time, or don't bother checking it out. But I wouldn't unsubscribe, because there might be something one day that that may be very important to you, and you're going to be upset that you unsubscribed. I'm just saying, I'm not trying to lead into a segue to about subscribing, not to subscribe. I'm just trying to say there may be something there out there one day that you may find of great interest to you, of help, But anyway, folks, I'm going to end this video right now. I just wanted to share that information. I'm just about that story there. I wanted to share that. I found that kind of amusing. Well, I think you know where I'm going with that there. I just don't want to get too much into it, but I think you know where I'm going with that little story there. I think a lot of people will. I just think, in regards to these stores closing up and claiming bankruptcy and stuff like that, it really does hurt. All right, but hey, listen. What can I tell you? All we could do is hope and pray to God that some good things will come out of this. Not about the layoffs and people, stores closing, but something good will come out that maybe we could hopefully make sales, that we could still hang into this business. Don't forget, a lot of people go into this with pride and passion. I know I did. This is one of my dreams. One of my dreams in life was to make videos. I love making videos, and to be an e-commerce seller. Okay, e-commerce online seller. That's was my dreams. A lot of people, have similar dreams like that. They want to do this here. They want to do it for a living. They want to work for themselves. I'm more into this working for myself, folks, because I went through the 2 company layoffs and 1 company bankruptcy. It was like the old strike 3 and you're out. I figured, look, if I'm going to work for companies and I don't know how much longer they're going to be working there or how much longer they're going to be in business, I figured, let me try my own thing. Let me see if I could do something for myself. It's nice to be your own boss. You can't fire yourself, right? Well, you could if you want. I'm just saying, but you're your own boss. And it's not the idea of saying, well, I'm my own boss. I get up when I get up as I want. I sleep as late as I want. I go to bed when and you can do all that. I can travel when I want. That's why when I hear people say, "No, I came back from Europe. I do this, that, and the other thing." I mean, if you got all that free time to do all that, and you're a successful businessman, kudos to you. More powers to you. But for me, I enjoy doing videos. And like I said, and I'm not saying this to be mean, but whether my subscriber base goes up or down, I lose subscribers, I gain them or not, I'm still going to be doing videos. So that's not going to deter me. That's one thing I am persistent in, and I am stubborn that way. I'm not going to let things of that nature deter me from what I love to do. Okay? That's why they say, do what you love to do and the money will follow. Follow your dreams, follow your passion. And I'm not going to let things like that get me down. Yeah, do I get upset when I see people unsubscribe from me? Sure. I mean, well, I'm not upset. I don't sit here crying, but it bothers me because I say to myself, the first thing I think to myself is, I wonder why they would unsubscribe. What did I do? Did I do something wrong? Did I say something wrong? Or was I too aggressive in the way I come out and say things? But I'm trying to be upfront and honest. I'm trying to be transparent in what I'm talking about. I'm not trying to put anybody down or make derogative statements towards anybody or anything. I'm trying to be helpful. I'm trying to be me. I'm looking at when I'm looking at this webcam. I'm looking at as I'm talking to a friend. You guys who subscribe to me are like my friends. And if you got to know me in person, you would like me. You would say, well, you're a real good guy. You're really down to earth. You're a good natured guy. I could see that there. You do things with sincerity. You don't sit here going on here and cursing up a storm, using profanity, and that's not what I'm all about. I really don't on my channels, I don't talk about religion and politics, not because I don't like them. I am a religious person, but I just think, and as far as politics wise, yeah, I do follow politics. I do. I'm not going to lie about it. Like I said, I'd be lying if I told you those things. I'd be lying to you. And I'm not going to lie to you. Yes, I am on a religious side of life. Yes, all right, and I do follow politics, but I don't discuss them, and it's not because I don't like them. Don't like those topics. That'd be against my beliefs, what I believe in. It's just that on this channel, I like to talk about the eBay business and talk about other things. Yes, do I curtail into different things at times? Sure I do. Sure I do. But again, for the most part, I don't really like to discuss those topics because it's very touchy. People will get upset with certain things that they might not agree with your political views or your religious views, whatever, and it gets to be a heated debate. And I don't want to get into a cyber war with anybody, because what happens is you say your part, they say their part, then you go back and forth, and that's what ends up happening. And instead of having a nice, happy, atmosphere, it turns into be a nightmare. And that's not what this YouTube channel is all about, folks. I'm telling you up front and straight and honest with you. That's not what this channel is all about. And like I said again, I'd love to have all you guys that even if you just, passing through, I'd love to have you as a subscriber. I'd love you to subscribe to my channel. But if it's not for you and you feel that, you don't want to, or let's say you are a subscriber and then later on you say, well, I'm not really into what this guy's talking about and you unsubscribe, that's totally up to you too. I understand. I'm trying to put out content out there that's helpful to people. Okay. The reseller news, like I said, that's always going to be dealing with reselling. So, I mean, there's no way I could change the format. But on the other part of it, with this, like I said, the rjpasini.com thing, I will talk about different things. I will talk about maybe photography, do different things. You might, as time goes on, you might see me doing different things. I might change the atmosphere within this channel. You might see it might be a total, different format. Not bad though. I mean, it's not gonna be a bad thing. It'll be a good thing. But for the most part, I'm going to do what I got to do, folks, and I'm going to stick to it. And like I said, if that, unfortunately, if it does lead to going back to a 9-to-5 job, I still will be doing my videos, and I'm still going to be selling on an e-commerce platform. I don't know if it'll be eBay or whatever. I like to do my own website, to be honest with you, selling my own website, but I don't have the notoriety. I don't get the that exposure like you do on eBay and Amazon. I mean, let's face the facts. Everybody, it's a monolithic name. Everybody knows that when you say Amazon and eBay, everybody knows those are two big companies that people are going to buy from. My name, my little company name or whatever, my little website is like a little speck of dirt, But, it's my website. It's nothing fancy. I would like to try to make it, more intuitive where people would go to it and check it out. And I'm still learning. And I guess that's part of being frugal. People say, well, if you had a professional person, a web developer, develop your website, maybe things would be different. Well, how about Wix? Wix is all about creating your own website, right? I'm doing my own. I'm not using Wix. I'm using my own. I bought software, what do you call it? The website software, which I use Serif, Web Plus. I think it's 5, Web Plus 5 or something like that. Whatever it is, I have it on my with the comment list, and you can see all the software I use. I do it myself. I enjoy doing it. It's cut and paste. It's very easy to do. I love it. But I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, folks. And I suggest you do the same thing. And you know what? Whatever you take away from this video, don't let it deter you. Okay? It's not to deter you. Believe me. It's not. I'm not making this video to upset anybody or to deter you from doing what you want. You go for it. But just all I'm saying is, please be careful for yourself. Before you make that plunge, if you're going to quit your job and you'll say you are going to do it full time, do the math. Make sure you got all your bills, everything's in check in place. You know what I'm saying? Checks and balances, so to speak. Make sure everything's there. Your income per debt ratio, you got money coming in to pay for your debts. Because let me tell you something, folks. Like I said again, not to be a crepe hanger, repeat the same thing over. If you don't have enough money coming in, And like I said, you know, you're going to be upset at the end of the time, at the end of the month. Believe me, I'm telling you from experience, from my own experience. Okay, my personal experience. But you follow other people in the YouTube community. Read the rest of those comments for the eBay sales, 50% down. Read what people have to say. That's not coming from me. That's coming from them. Okay, and also my other thing is the downdetector.com. Check that out for yourself. Read what's going on. What the other people are saying. There's other sellers like you and I. They're voicing their opinions there. They're letting people know. That's what that's a community, an online forum there, so to speak. So you check it out for yourself, folks. Anyway, thanks again. My name is Rich Pasini, and today is Sunday, October 14th, 2018. I'm wishing all of you out there a nice, happy Sunday. I'm wishing everybody can make sales today. And if you are, and you're doing great, drop a comment below, share it with us. I'd love to hear what you have to say, folks. Really be interested to hear what you have to say. Thanks again. Until next time. Bye-bye.